Good evening, and welcome to another Monday Night Live at Cafe Gratitude. Thank you. I love you guys. You're awesome. So my name is Shea, and I'm the organizer of this event. And tonight we have Deborah Myers with us. So now we have Deborah Myers. Before I read the official introduction, I just want to say Deborah is somebody that I became aware of probably 7 or 8 years ago. We belong to a women's networking group together. And I just the women's networking group, to me, it was like this really harsh game of double dutch. Like, I never knew how to jump in. Like, everyone else was playing, but I was like, sitting off to the side. And Deborah was someone who just sort of held court. She would sit at the she would select the table she was going to sit at, and it would just fill in around her. And and every meeting, when people would spend that part of the meeting talking about, it was called acknowledgments, I think, where you'd get up and talk about who you saw as a practitioner or whose services you've used since the last meeting, and you give acknowledgments to that person. It was like 9 out of 10 people, Deborah Myers, Deborah Myers, Deborah Myers. And so I was like, wow, I got to know this lady. So I left this group. She's like, give me the mic already. So I left this group, and like 6 years later, earlier this year, I rejoined, and Deborah was still there. And she's still just going as amazingly strong as she was 7 years ago. Probably more so, but the same effect in the room. So I finally started seeing her, and I get it. I mean, she's absolutely amazing. And she's going to teach you guys some stuff tonight that is easy and it's not complicated, it's not time consuming, and it actually makes a difference, especially the daily clean your house flow. That's the one thing I did learn and do use. That was the one piece of homework I got. So let me give you the official bio here. Deborah Myers, Director of Health at Your Fingertips, is a certified acupressurist, Jin Shih Tzu practitioner, Theta Healing practitioner, health educator, and author, and a certified CEU provider through the California Board of Registered Nursing. Deborah is passionate about empowering others to live life in a balanced and healthy way by teaching people how to reduce stress, relieve symptoms, and promote healing by balancing their own energy through simple acupressure techniques. She has a very successful practice in Sonoma County, and she offers workshops to individuals, companies, elder care facilities, high school and college campuses, and organizations. She is dedicated to helping people easily and effortlessly improve their lives by learning how to access their own healing potential. Here she is to teach you how you have health at your fingertips. Deborah Myers.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it on? All right. Welcome, and thank you for being here. How many of you have ever heard of acupressure? Okay, so it's touch instead of needle. Same concepts, same possibilities, same potentials. But guess what? These things came long before the needles did. So when I do my individual energy work with my clients, I utilize a lot of different modalities that I've studied through the years. I'm lucky to say I've been doing what I do for a long, long time. I started studying when I was in college because I was just curious. I had it introduced to me. I was all, wow, this stuff is amazing, and it works, and I feel better. My body feels better. I feel stronger, more vital. And then I had this thing going through my head. I don't know if you ever have things going through your head, that I couldn't do that as my livelihood because I was living this program, who knows where it came from, that I had to be in the business world to be successful. And so I never thought seriously about offering what I knew would work to clients. It was after I had a really major car accident. I ended up with multiple herniated discs. This is about 18 years ago. I was an insurance and securities broker at the time. prior to that, by the way, I had been a real estate broker for over 12 years in Colorado. Successful, loving it. Insurance and security, successful, loving it. And here came this accident. There's no such thing as an accident, right? You all know that. Well, here comes this accident that threw me for a loop, ended up with multiple herniated discs, lots of pain, lots of discomfort, really unable to do my work easily and effortlessly. And as I went searching, I was relatively new to Sonoma County when all this had happened. I went searching for someone who could do light, gentle touch, because that's all my body could handle. I was walking around in a body that could not handle physical therapy, chiropractic. More days than not, I couldn't receive acupuncture because my body was on fire. It was too reactive. So I went searching. I found someone who could light, gentle touch. And as my body received that, and I started really feeling my body get more in balance, more in harmony, letting go of the symptoms, then I was able to let go of the pain, and then the light bulb came on. And the light bulb said, darn it, girl, you know what, just do it. So I took a huge leap of faith. I closed up my practice. I had a full insurance and securities business, gave all my business away, laid off my employees, closed up the office, and said, okay. So I went to this acupressure institute in Berkeley, got my California certification, and started recognizing that I truly was stepping into what I should have been doing all along, and discovering how much I love offering to people a way to feel better and healthier in your body. So I love it when people come to see me and get on my table and experience what it's like to feel that energy balance and harmony that can take place when the energy really starts flowing. And we'll talk about that more in just a moment. And then beyond that, I love teaching people how to do the work for themselves on a daily basis. Because when you recognize that you get to walk around with these things called fingertips, and you have 10 of them, 8 plus the 2 thumbs. When you walk around with these fingertips day in and day out, they are totally accessible to you. You don't have to go searching for anything else. The key is to just know some ideas, have some techniques, have some tools in your tool bag. So you can pull out your tool bag and start saying, this is what I can do for myself. So through the years of teaching these workshops, and I've been teaching them for probably 13 years now, I have a workshop manual I've created. I've developed a whole scenario of what we can do for ourselves. So I also go into the workplace. I teach people what we can do to help not only promote healing in our own individual bodies, but to even help be in a place in where you work, where you spend your days, and be there in such a way that you learn how to be more productive. Your body learns how to be more productive because there's more vitality. There's a bigger sense of how you can be in your body and be easy and effortless with whatever you're asking your body to do. Because that's the key. When you are able to truly prepare your body for whatever you want to do, whether it be taking a walk, getting on a horse, going on the bike, golfing on the golf course, sitting in front of the computer, talking on the telephone, driving a lot, gardening, yard work, whatever you're going to ask your body to do. And beyond that, to even prepare your body for what you're going to ask of it, and better prepare your body for what might come at it. Let's face it, we live in a body, we live in a world that has stress. Would you agree with that? We can't get away from it. It's there.